So I was into fashion.
Okay.
I was creating pieces where people and design how tailors work for me. And then someday, just like that, all the tailors ran.
Wow.
People left with all my items, my materials, everything. And how did I get into real estate? I actually went to buy land.
Okay.
And I got that. I was amazed that you can actually own a piece of Lagos State. So there have been trials, there have been setbacks, there have been no before you get out 1 year. We used to sell land and then we started combining both homes and lands. And now we're having opportunity for clients to buy properties or own properties via mortgage plan. Lusquared Properties is customer centric. So our goal is to ensure that our clients are buying peace of mind. Oh, I'm from Owerri, Imo State. I did my primary school, secondary school in Owerri. And then for my university, I attended 2 different universities, University of Calabar, and then I went to University of Lagos as well.
Hello, welcome again to the King Edosa Show. Today we are with us Miss Ijeoma Lulu, the CEO of Lusquared Properties, a seasoned real estate professional in Lagos, Nigeria. Join us as you enjoy a very inspiring entrepreneurial journey. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's an honor to have you. Right. First, we would like you to share with us your entrepreneurial journey. How did you get started and how did you get to this point?
Okay. So thank you for having me.
Right.
And it's been a long time coming. So how did I start? First, I've always been a creative person. So I was into fashion. I was creating pieces where people and design how tailors work for me. And then someday, just like that, all the tailors ran. People left with all my items, my materials, everything. Now I got confused. But before then, I had a clarity course I attended. And the clarity course, I had to actually list the things I loved doing. And in hierarchy, I know that I've always loved real estate. And I know that I've always loved fashion. So fashion was first. And I told myself, since I have clarity now, after fashion, just assume fashion fails. What's the next thing? The next thing is real estate. So, and how did I get into real estate? Just accidentally. So I actually went to buy land. And I got that. I was amazed that you can actually own a piece of Lagos State. At a very affordable amount. Yes, it was an untitled land, but I was glad I did. So I bought that land while I was contemplating between the whole thing that happened in my fashion business and thinking of real estate. So the lady that sold the land to me called me and she said, "Sister, what do you do?" I wanted to find out. And I told her I'm into fashion and all that. She's like, "I think you do well in real estate." So she called me at the right time when I was trying to seek the face of God. Like, what do I do next? Should I just go into real estate? How do I start? And that was a confirmation that yes, you have to get into real estate. And she guided me to an extent. And then from there, I met other mentors. They took me through the journey. It has not been easy, but I'm glad I'm in real estate. Great.
You just mentioned how you got into it. So we'd like you to share a bit more. After you got into it, from that process, that time of getting into it up until now, what has been the journey like?
Journey. There's been a lot of ups and downs. And if I didn't have confirmation from God, I don't think I would have remained in business. So there have been trials, there have been setbacks, there have been no before you get out 1 year. There's been a lot of trainings attended, a lot of sacrifices in terms of sponsored ads. You know how much you spend on sponsored ads? Sponsored ads, paying for courses, so you can gain that knowledge. Because when I started in 2017, I didn't have any sale. I didn't close any deal. And the only one I closed was via Instagram. And my client was the first. She didn't know she was the first client of mine. She was about, her age was between 19 to 20 years. And she was my first client. And I was so happy that I had that client because it gave me experience of everything you've been learning. Now you have to practice it. And then she bought from me 2017, 2018. I had more clients, people coming through. And I kept updating myself. I kept getting, trainings.
Okay.
I kept getting updated information on the type of property to sell, on the ones not to sell. Then gradually, of course, there's houses. We used to sell land,
Okay.
and then we started combining both homes and
lands. Okay.
And now we're having opportunity for clients to buy properties or own properties via mortgage plan, which wasn't really there before now, and which is actually an exciting one, but it exposes a whole lot in the industry. Then we've also found out that our mortgage is not just for Nigerians in Nigeria.
Okay.
Mortgage is also for Nigerians in diaspora, which is really interesting. And guess what? We have higher percentage of Nigerians in diaspora who actually qualified for the mortgage plan. So it's been really, really beautiful. We're getting not just residential now, we're understanding that we have commercial real estate that pays way higher than residential real estate. So in all, you can't avoid real estate. Be it lands, be it homes, so they give you capital gains and also give you cash flow, assets. So it's been a roller coaster.
Amazing. You are the CEO of Lusquared Properties.
Yes.
What do you do then?
Okay, so Lusquared Properties is customer centric. Okay. So our goal is to ensure that our clients are buying peace of mind. Okay. So we try to merge them between the developers and them. We're like the middle person for the clients and the developers. We keynote to our clients, key attention to our clients, right? And also, this is where people get it wrong, and keynote to the developers, because if you get the right developer, right, that satisfies your client needs, so then you're sorted. There's no issues in between. Everyone is at peace. But if you get the right clients and you do not give them the right property, right, that means the developer didn't do a good job, you're in trouble, because your client definitely would not be happy with you, would not be happy with the delivery, might not buy from you anymore, right? So we also have to ensure that in as much as we want to give our clients the best, we'll also ensure that we're partnering with the right developer that will give us peace of mind. So basically what we do is ensure our client get best of property, and then their work portfolio tends to increase, because there's a difference from you're just buying properties and there's no increment in your work portfolio. You can't really count all these as good assets, not just bad assets. But we also have bad assets, right? So, but you're looking at, okay, so how much am I worth today? How much am I going to be worth tomorrow? If I sell this property, or if I put this property for a rental purpose or for cash flow purpose, how much is it? How much is it going to add to my work portfolio? So our main goal here is to ensure that our clients buy peace of mind, and then they increase their wealth portfolio. That is why we are here. That is what Lusquared basically does. Peace of mind.
Awesome.
And more money in their pockets.
Awesome. You want to educate us what you mean by wealth portfolio?
So wealth portfolio is, we know we have different classes of assets. We have, for me, I'm more focused on the real estate section of it. People buy bonds, they buy stocks, they buy shares, they do all that, right? For the real estate part of it, it is very important that you're buying the right property. And when I say right property, we're looking at the right location. Because you might see that the market is trending with the whole short-let thing. Everyone wants to own a short-let. But if you're buying the property at the wrong location that do not have high requests for short-lets, that's already money tied down. You're not making money. Now, an average realtor will want to just sell and leave, right? Now, the client will regret buying that property because he's not actually achieving the goal or the aim for that investment. So we ensure that you get the right location. You get the right location for the right purpose of your investment. And then you get a good titled property. Something that you know, yes, my property documentations are right. So we do due diligence even before the clients tend to fall in love with the property. And then we allow our clients to do another due diligence so they are satisfied. So once they are satisfied, we know we're good to go. So basically, when you now check the worth of their assets, how much assets do you have? How much assets do you own? I own this. I bought this property at probably 300 million naira last year. Yeah, and as of today, the property is worth about 400 or 450 million naira. So it means that if I'm going to put it back into the market, I will get that worth or in return, right? Now, and we also look at the dollar. Everyone is the dollar. You also, those people calculate their assets or the value of the assets to dollar. So if it's not going to give them high return in dollars, it feels like, it's the same thing. I bought it at X amount per dollar, and it's the same thing. By the time I converted it, I didn't really make a lot of money. But the good thing is Nigerian government is already working, and the dollar is actually becoming stable. And from the news we've heard so far, before the end of this year, the dollar will be equal 1,000 naira to $1, which we also pray that it will go further down. It means that the value of the client's assets will definitely increase.
Right.
So, but if you bought at 1,400, okay, and you're going to resell and get at one, I know you might feel like you lost a couple of money, but the truth is, with time, the economy will be better, and definitely what you bought for can never be the same amount you're going to resell for tomorrow. I always advise my clients one thing.
Okay.
Don't be in a hurry to sell.
Okay.
You own it. If you own a house or you own an apartment, put it up for rental income.
Okay.
Right? You start earning cash flow.
Right.
Why that property remains in your name. Because the moment you decide to resell, remember how much cash flow it has earned you. And then you're selling, you see your property, you're definitely not going to sell at the old rate. You're also going to sell at the going rate for, or the going value for that particular property in that location.
Right.
So you earn on both sides. It's a win-win situation for you. So that way your wealth portfolio increases. So if you have to present how much are you worth? So that's how you calculate it. You calculate with the current value. And we know we have asset valuers.
Right.
I know that Nigerian market, they say, okay, Nigerian real estate market is not really regulated. So, but we still have asset valuers. We still have people that will give the right figure, and definitely you would earn higher, and then you know that your investment is actually worth more.
Okay.
It might be a 20% increase, maybe 30%, maybe 15%, but it can never be a 0%. Definitely.
Okay, great. You talked about good asset and bad asset.
Oh, yes.
What's a good asset and
So
what's a bad asset?
good asset is when you get it at the right location and it's serving the purpose of the investment.
Okay.
Now, a bad one is you buy at the wrong location and you're expecting a good turnover and you're not getting it. So it feels like your cash is trapped. So if you check, there are certain locations, if you check on the internet now, there are a lot of short-let apartments that people want to sell. Fully furnished for sale. There's a reason why it's fully furnished for sale. It means that they are not earning as much as they expected to earn. And of course, the short-let apartment business is getting saturated. Definitely. Everyone wants to do it. Yeah. No one is being creative on how to also earn money aside the short-let. So if you're getting, let's say you're getting an apartment in Awaya, for instance, or in Shongotedo, for instance, and someone tells you you can get short-let, good money. No, let's be truthful. From the average Nigerian that wants a short-let wants a location that is easy for them to access mainland going to the airport, access all the fun areas, access churches, access hotels, restaurants, and everyone is requesting for Ikoyi, VI, Lekki Phase 1, Ikate. I have some clients that do not want to even go past Lekki Phase 1. They don't want to go close to Lekki Phase 1. They just want to stick to VI and Ikoyi. And then there are some clients who say, okay, I don't mind Ikate. Ikate is fine. It's just close by, so I can access Ikoyi. So they want something that is easily accessible. Now, we have a lot of apartments in Ologolo. Yes, they are selling, but they are not selling as much as those other top locations. And before you know, we also have a lot of for sale, fully furnished for sale in Ologolo. We have a lot of it too in Osakpa. So it's like you're trying to buy. I rather advise you buy those locations for rental income, not for short-let. So if you're buying that location for short-let, that's a bad asset. Because you also want, your goal is to earn cash flow, not for capital gain. And capital gain, to dispose it, most times in those locations, it is very difficult to dispose. In short, these other top locations I mentioned too, it is very difficult to liquidate them. So not talk about those locations. It's just for rental income. Yes.
You also mentioned cash flow and capital gain. You want to tell us what cash flow and capital gain is?
So cash flow is basically when you buy a property and you know you're earning rental income, or you're earning income from short-lets or from long lease. So it depends. So those are basically cash flow. And then for capital gain is when you buy a property, you just holding and then you want to sell. You want to sell might take you a couple of years. That falls under more of lands, and that also falls under off-plan. So off-plan properties, you might not wait as much as for lands, depending on the location. For off-plan, you can key into a project at probably 170 or 210 million in a good location, right, where you have high demand. And then if you wait till the end of the project is delivered, probably 18 months or 2 years, you know you might sell it for about 300 or 320 million naira. So that's like short-term, but gives you capital gain. Yes. So for capital gain for lands as well, it falls, okay, you buy a land, you wait for a couple of, depending on the location, 4 years, 2 years, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and then you resell. That's for capital gain.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Owerri, Owerri West, Imo State.
Okay.
Nigeria.
Where did you school?
Oh, I'm a Warri girl. So I grew up in Delta State, Warri to be precise.
Okay.
My mom is still there. I did my secondary school, primary school in Warri, Continental Primary School, NRA Road, and then Tiro Secondary School, Luquet, Warri. And then for my university, I attended 2 different universities, University of Calabar, and then I went to University of Lagos as well.
Why?
Okay,
two different degrees?
2 different degrees.
Okay.
And 2 different courses. One was science, one was social sciences.
Okay. Okay. So what was your mom's response to when you switched from fashion business to real estate?
She smiled. She's like, okay, I think you're going into your father's profession. But my dad was a civil engineer. Okay. So he did more of course, building, developing properties. So what he developed more was hotels in Delta State, different parts of Nigeria anyway. So my mom was like, okay, I think you're going into the same profession. Probably you're not building, but you're selling like your dad. She shouldn't have a problem with it. My dad never had a problem with it as well. The thought was, okay, cool, just be careful. Make sure you're selling the right property.
In the last 6 months to 1 year, maybe a bit more than that, rental and rent value in Lagos, to be very specific, in the Lekki corridor, has been something else.
Yes.
It has jumped from 100% to 200% to 300%. What is going on?
The owner of those homes wants higher value. Averagely, most of them are retired and they depend on those rental income. What I witnessed recently was some agents, they load the money. So I think Lagos State government should be able to come up with something on how to curb this whole discrepancy between agents, some of them topping up the money, and the homeowners giving ridiculous amounts on their homes. So I think what Banana Island just did was just the best for security purpose. Security to save life, to protect humans.
In the last 6 months to 1 year, maybe a bit more than that, 6 months, a year or 2, rental and rent value in Lagos, to be very specific, in the Lekki corridor, has been something else.
Yes.
It has jumped from 100% to 200% to 300%. The news has gone around. Property you could get for 1 million before, they are now 4 million. What is going on?
Okay, so for that one, I have to take a deep breath. Okay. So let me start breaking down the part of a realtor like myself. So when I got into the industry as a realtor, I understood that we had realtors and then we had local agents, right? So when I say local agents, we had agents who were more focused on rents. Then we had realtors who are more focused on the sale part of it. So if they have to if they have a client who probably is in need of an apartment for rent, they contact those local ones. So it got to a point where the realtors decided, no, I don't think I want to deal with the local agent because the processes are so long. They expect you to register, to pay a certain amount, and then by the time they want to show you these properties, the chain is like 10 humans trying to show you a particular property. All right, and it's so funny because even the clients who get this, I'm like, come on, why am I dealing with a whole lot of humans? And the good thing is now the realtor decide, okay, when my clients sell and they're ready to rent it out, I'll be the one in charge. I'll be the one to run for them, ensure that the processes are seamless and help them get the right client. What I got to find out, because I had this argument with someone recently and the person said it's realtors. I'm like, no, it's not agents actually, because sometimes the owner of those homes wants higher value. Averagely, most of them are retired and they depend on those rental income. They feel like this is my retirement plan. So I have to actually get more for this, right? Now I also know that some agents are enablers of this. So some agents would probably talk to these clients, say, okay, you can rent for this amount because this is the going rate. Why some agents, what I got to understand or what I witnessed recently was some agents, they load the money.
Sorry, what do you mean load?
What I mean load is they top up the rental value, the rental amount with some extra money.
Where does that extra money go to?
it goes to the agents. So thereby, when you probably hear an apartment is going for 20 million, if you do your investigation very well, you find out that those apartments are probably going for 18 million or 17 million. That's what the landlord wants or the landlady wants. Now, I think why this is actually happening is because most homeowners do not want to deal with a lot of agents. So they probably have like a mandate. I want this person to handle my property. Right? So the mandate is like the alpha and omega of that property. They tell you this will work and this will not work. So when you're paying that money, you might not pay that money into the account of the owner of the property. You might pay it into the account of the mandate, because before that person became a mandate, the owner of the homeowner trusts the person. Or sometimes the agent might have an arrangement with the homeowner. Okay, I'm going to put it out for this amount, but this is the amount I'm going to give you. And most times homeowners accept that. Right? So if to solve this whole thing, if homeowners could say, I have a home for rent, put up their own number there and say, this is my home for rent, or just say to let, have the security man be like the contact. Okay, someone is coming, the person wants property for rent, and then okay, how much is it? They'll tell you exactly how much. You're speaking with the owner now, they'll tell you how much it is. But I know that most agents will like, okay, if you put up the contact of the homeowner, that means every client can just go there. No, but there's a way to do it. You can put up the contact of the security man who is there, and then you communicate with them. They will contact you, they will direct, in short, they will link you up with the owner of the home directly. But truthfully is, most homeowners can't take all the calls. They still need someone there. So I think the only way we could is by getting that as a strategy, and also sensitizing the homeowners, ensuring that they do not allow this to continue. Finding a way, there should be a way. Okay, if you have someone that is interested, let's get the persons from, I'll go through it, or I'll get a lawyer. Most times, I'm sorry, these parties in between, they're so funny as well, right? You can't really vouch for them. Yeah, so but just find a way to reach the homeowner. But most homeowners will say, go to the mandate. Yeah, because they already have an agreement. Probably the homeowner has decided, I'm not going to pay you. Make your money from me. Make sure you get me a good client, and that's it. Whatever you want to put on top, put on top. So that's actually wrong. That's totally wrong. So I think there's a way to curb it. I also think some homeowners are just greedy too. They just want a whole lot. My properties in Lekki, what do you mean? It's top-notch area and all that. So they increase the rents, because we've seen alarming. Everyone is complaining these days, most especially commercial real estate. The rental value or the rental amount is so crazy. So crazy. And thereby, it's going to affect a lot of businesses, because people will end up selling from their home. And how many people want to go to someone's house to buy items that they need? How many people want to actually trust that, okay, whatever it is I buy from you is real and I want to get it delivered? So I think Lagos State government should be able to come up with something on how to curb this whole discrepancies between agents, some of them topping up the money, and the homeowners giving ridiculous amounts on their homes. It's really crazy. I'm an agent, but I have to also tell you the truth. I know that some agents, they load it, while some owners are greedy. They just need more. Okay.
So if I hear you very well, most of the persons in the value chain, then the homeowner and
the mandates, the agents in charge,
all of the consultants involved, they are culpable. All of them are part of those who are causing the challenge.
Yes.
So is there a place of demand, increasing demand?
Yeah, there's actually increasing demand for rent.
So could that also be a part of what's causing the value of the rent to go up? Or
yes,
all of these?
That's actually a factor too. Increasing demand. And now, where are these demands? Where do you hear more high rental income? Is this top-notch area?
Right.
Because one, most people have their jobs close. They don't want to go far. They don't want to go through traffic.
Right.
They want something that is central.
Okay.
Easy to access.
Okay.
And then some of them is actually infrastructure too. They want nice estate, well planned, well managed. So for that, the value tends to increase. For my estate, it has always been the fairest of all prices.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, because the homeowners are hearing that outside is like this, some of them are already thinking of increasing. So why are you increasing? because you heard outside is this. So your home, is it like a new home? It's not new.
Okay.
It's the same. So I think even if you want to increase your rent, it should be more than 10%,
Right.
15%. It shouldn't be more than that.
Okay.
And I think the subscriber, the tenants deserve 6 months, 8 months notice.
Okay.
And then some of them, they try to make the prices of the rent high, so it will discourage you. You leave, and then anyone that moves in, of course, you're paying higher, because most people they actually need. So we have high demand,
Okay.
few supply. Now the supply is not like you're building houses in one acre, one local place. People want decent homes. They want decent environment.
Right.
Yeah, so the decent environment properties, there are few in supply, but we have more high demand on them.
Banana Island. Of recent, it was in the news that the resident association have come out to bound the use of short-let activities in that estate.
Yes.
What would you have to say to both those who have invested, right, and even those who were already planning to invest? What would you like to say to them?
Well, I'm actually so sorry. I have to apologize on behalf of everyone, not just as a realtor. That is sad.
Okay.
That some individuals, they have like bad intentions, right, for their own gain, affecting other people, other investors, which is really not, which is actually not a good thing at all, because for you to get a short let in Banana Island means it's high, it's expensive, and then it means that it's premium, and a lot of clients want premium properties. They want to enjoy, even if they don't own a home there, they just want to enjoy that location whenever they're on vacation, right? So for some individuals with bad intent to go there and then spoil the market for investors, spoil the market as well for those who want to just come and have vacation, the real responsible humans, right? It's so sad. So I have an alternative for them, alternative suggestion to the investors. For those who have actually invested and were running this short line, they can actually put that for long lease. For those who want to invest, we can do that for long lease or for rental income. I know they might think, oh, the short let pays more than the regular rental income. Yes, but it's better you earn something that will give you peace of mind that they will not ban tomorrow. You get so, and how to curb it? There's no way to curb the whole those with bad intent. So I think what Banana Island just did was just the best for security purpose, security to save life, to protect humans. Imagine how many people that must have gone through that whole trauma of, oh, someone is knocking at your door, they don't rob in Banana Island. How come all of a sudden someone is coming to steal from those HNI's homes? It's so sad because it's meant to be secured, heavily secured.
Right.
You rarely get access into Banana Island. You have to know someone there. You have to actually call, and sometimes they might not even give you the access. So it's so sad, but there's an alternative. They can put that for long lease or for just regular rent.
Okay. From your experience of dealing with so many clients and then in helping so many clients to buy properties, what would you like to advise home buyers, both for land and houses, when they want to invest? How would you recommend for them to proceed?
Well, it depends. You know, we have three classes of clients. We have mid earners, high earners, and low com earners, right? So for the low com earners, I know that most of them would really love to own a property. Now it depends on how much you earn. They can key into the mortgage plan. That's owning a home, or they can key into lands. That's for capital gain as well. They want to do that. So it depends on the location. The location being that, oh, you have to invest, right? So if they're looking at Lagos State, for instance, I'm sorry, we don't have any lands in Lagos State for 10 million, for 5 million, for 8 million, no. Except you're looking at owning a 300 square meter land. Now you have to also look at developing areas. Don't look at developed areas, because definitely the prices are the prices are different, of course. So for the mid earners, they can also key into the mortgage for owning a home, and they also key into owning lands. For me, I will always advise my clients to, in as much as you want to own a home, buy lands. Because 90% or 70% of those who earn more from real estate owned lands. Yes. So if we're looking at Lekki Phase 1, the Banana Island, everyone's talking about it. We're seeing more of secondary sales, secondary markets, not primary markets. Because these people probably invested 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and now they are reselling. So imagine someone who was a billionaire or probably had 200 million in the 80s. The first place they want to buy land, for those who are well informed, they want to buy, that's called, Lekki Phase 1 was Morocco. It's called Morocco Sandfield, right? Because it was Sandfield. So lands there were like, can still find like 1.5 million, 1 million. So imagine that you own like an acre, different locations, but it's just totally into an acre, or you own like 2 acres, and then you're going all the way to Osakpa, to you own lands there were like 800,000 naira per plot, and per plot there was 650 square meter. So imagine that you're owning lands in these different locations, and then you're holding on to your land. They are fence protected, but you're holding on to them for the next 15 years or 20 years, right? Imagine how much you'll be selling for. So most of these homes now that we say, oh, the prices are ridiculous. The truth is, the value of the lands are part of it as well. You have to buy land at the right location. And getting at the right location means, of course, it doesn't come cheap. It's already developed. So I advise my client, buy much land and buy more homes. Now, the home, if you do not live in Nigeria and you're not looking at relocating to Nigeria anytime soon, please buy apartments, put off rental income. If you're looking at, okay, I will always visit Nigeria with my family, you can buy a home. Now, for me, I would say buy a home, you still have spare cash, right? Buy apartments, put that for rent, while you buy more lands. Now, most people will tell you, oh, lands in Lekki Phase 1 are expensive and all that. Yes, no problem. But if you have the money, buy. Because you can't run out of that. You can't run out of people saying, oh, I want to buy land in Lekki Phase 1. They tell you there's no land in Lekki Phase 1, or no one's going to sell to you, or you won't be able to get. No, buy as much land as you can. Because we're looking at the Orange Island today. We've been hearing of Orange Island for years. So imagine people who bought from Orange Island as at 50 million, 40 million. They're selling at 650 million, 600 million, 700 million, 720 million today. Because they were risk takers. So I would advise, take the right risk, buy lands. Now we're looking at towards the Lekki as some will tell you, oh, whenever it's ready, don't worry, I'm going to buy. No, it pays you more when you buy low and you resell high or mid, it depends. But it will always pay you more when you buy low. So informed investors buy as much as they can in those locations. People are saying the airport, they've not started. Well, have you been to the airport? Do you actually know where the airport is? So you need to go there and see what is happening in those locations. Now, by the time people are coming down there, they're like, oh, how can you tell me this place is selling for 75 million naira? Why? But this is the same place we told you that it was selling for 20 million as at 3 years ago or 4 years ago. You're like, I don't know. Well, now it's 75 million. You're complaining that it's so high. But people are building. So most of the bungalows you're hearing in the market, that's where they're building it. Because people actually want affordable rental, affordable homes where they can rent. Affordable. And people also want fresh air. They want to breathe fresh air. They want easy access to any other parts of Nigeria, easy access to the coastal road. And the good thing is the federal government is working on the Lekki coastal road. So the accessibility will be so seamless. It's already seamless from this axis. So imagine all the way from Eleko. Accessibility will be so seamless. And then you will not regret it because the value of your property in those locations are going high. Even if you become a billionaire tomorrow and decide, oh, I don't mind, I can buy at 600 million. Imagine someone that bought at 20 million and is selling to you. By then, you will not find any primary market available. What you find is secondary market. And then you start negotiating, I want to buy 500. No. But that person is smiling because they invested at 20 million about 4 years ago. And now you're coming back 8 years later to expect them to sell it to you 100 million. That's not possible. Somewhere that is already developed. Nah, not possible. For me, smart individuals should buy as much land as they can close to the airport. Close to the airport, close to the refinery, close to the Lekki coastal road. There's a whole lot happening there. So they should buy as much land as they can.
Let's talk to developers. We know some of these developers, do fantastic work. Some not too fantastic work, and some not fantastic work at all. What would you like to say to developers of every category?
For the ones first, I like to praise the ones that do fantastic job.
Right.
Good spacing.
Right.
Good planning.
Okay.
Good finishing.
Okay.
Good designs. God will bless them.
Amen.
Sometimes you spend a lot of money shooting these videos of homes, sponsoring ads, trying to get influencers, pay blogs to put your business out there. You run back-to-back inspection for the next 2 months and there are no sales. Sometimes you just want to cry too. Not like sometimes you just want to. You will cry. Me, I know I cry. I will cry to better.
Let's talk to developers. We know some of these developers do fantastic work. Some not too fantastic work, and some not fantastic work at all. What would you like to say to developers of every category?
For the ones first, I like to praise the ones that do fantastic job.
Right.
Good spacing.
Right.
Good planning. Good finishing. Then good designs. God will bless them.
Amen.
So you see the ones that I just want to develop. Let me call myself a developer. Sell, and move. Poor spacing. Poor structure. Oh God. Poor designs. And then structural defects. They need to do better. I think there should be. There's already a regulation. We already have a body that goes through that, which is radar, right? So I think they need to do way better. I also think for us not to encourage them, if they refuse those bots, if they refuse or they do the right thing, I think agents have to boycott. Because by the time they realize that they're not selling, and then they ask few questions from the people who will tell them the truth, because most people do not like the truth, and they tell them the truth that this is why your property is not selling, they will adjust. For those who are in the business for that business, not for those who are in the business for just making money. Those who consider clients, right? I think they would adjust. But it's such a pity that some agents don't really care. They just want to sell it. Now, at the same time, some clients are also at fault. Because when you do not post certain products on your social media handle or your website, they think, this person is not posting my budget. So there's a reason why that house is low in price too. So you're buying wahala or you eat the cane in front. Because you think, a particular location, someone is selling for 250 and this one tells you 180 and you're not scared, 150, you're not scared for the same house type. You should be scared. There should be something off. And sometimes some clients will also want to negotiate down despite the fact that it is low. I like it. Because they see the whole color, it looks flashy. By the time you move it for the next 1 year, you understand what you bought and you bought wahala for yourself. Right? So if the clients can actually stop encouraging that too. If they can stop saying, it's cheap. Don't go for cheap. Go for quality. Quality will always cost you money. Definitely. Don't go for, I want to show off that I have a home. Buy the right type of home that would not take out money from your pocket to fix. Once you start taking money out from your pocket to fix, it means that that's not a good investment. There's no economic value to that. You're already spending money on top of what you spend money on. No, it doesn't make sense to me. And then for those who buy homes and then they lock it up for the next 2 years, 3 years, nothing happening there. By the time you move in 2, 3 years after, or maybe 4 years after, you start seeing your POP as is down, everything is spoiling, leakage. Start wondering, no, the developer did a bad job. No, when you lock up a home with no air, no living, no one is living in it, definitely it will soften. It will soften the POP. Some will tell me, no matter how strong, no, as long as that place is airtight, locked up, there's no how you don't have defects. Because no one is living in it. But it's better you put it out for rent. Then when you're ready, you cannot ask that, I want to make use of my home. When you guys leave, of course you have to do some renovation, but people have probably lived in your home to your taste, and then you can start living. But don't lock it up. Don't lock it up for that long and expect it to remain perfect. No, it won't. It won't remain perfect.
In this journey so far, in the last 9 years of transiting from fashion into real estate, What has been the most difficult challenge you have faced?
The most difficult challenge that I have faced, and I think as other realtors must have faced, is that sometimes you spend a lot of money shooting these videos of homes, sponsoring ads, trying to get influencers, pay blogs to put your business out there. You run inspection, you're paying salaries, buying fuel, paying rent for your office space, and then you run back-to-back inspection for the next 2 months and there's no sales. Sometimes you just want to cry too. Not like sometimes you just want to. You cry. Me, I know I cry. I will cry to bed. I'm like, God, should I give up? God, it's just a listener for me. I cry to bed. I'm like, okay. Following morning, I still wake up, get dressed, and I move. And another thing is when you run inspections with the client, or the client probably sends like a representative, maybe a sibling or so, you know that this property is before the clients. Then you hear the client's sibling saying, you have to find this small thing. You should not find this small thing for them. They would advise us, their brother or their sister, not to buy. Now you spent a lot. You've gone through negotiation. You've done offer letter. And then you've gone there back to back. You've bought fuel. You've been communicating with this client back to back. Sometimes you don't sleep. Most of the time when the clients are in Diaspora, you don't sleep well because you want to get them the best, yeah? And then a sibling comes, no. Or a lawyer comes, no. So you see those challenges there?
Right.
You start asking yourself questions. Okay, how we do now? You have to keep up. Just dress up the following morning and go to work. Go do what you have to do. Then sometimes you have to take some days off. Like, God, I beg, my head don't feel. Let me just rest. Then I know the next is, I think people, like, you're a lady, do you get accosted by some male? No, I've never experienced that. I haven't, because I have to put, there's a difference. I think people address you by how you're dressed. That's very important. And I also know that some humans are very funny. No matter how, if you like tie hijab, they don't care. So those kind of people, I'll clear you immediately. This is business. I don't have any business with this. Are you going to buy the property? Not. If you're not buying, I'm sorry about that. You put them to an end. You know, sometimes most of these clients, they come back and they really buy from you. Because they know that you already know what you're doing. You're a professional. So I've never had that. I've never faced that challenge before. Never.
Okay. So what has been the best one in the last 9 years?
The best one is when I've had a client followed me for 2 years. I never knew that the client followed me for 2 years. So by the time the client was ready to buy, he bought few lands. I'm like, okay, no problem. The next properties he bought from about five different homes.
Wow.
He has never been to Nigeria to inspect them. He was not in Nigeria to inspect them. He never had any sibling, any friend, anybody to inspect them.
Amazing.
And he bought them. And the moment he bought them, he did payment plan on some of them. He paid outright on some of them. And then I helped him put those property back into the market. And then he earned good return.
Wow.
Made sure they paid him directly.
Wow.
So that's like one of the best things that happened. And then they have other best when a friend who knew how you started decided to say, okay, I'm going to refer you to a couple of other friends, and then decide to start buying high ticket property from you.
Wow.
So like, and then when you hear clients, when your clients become your friends, and they're able to tell you how they feel, tell you everything about them, you have a relationship with them and you're open with them. You know that joy of your client is your friend, that sweetness. Then I also appreciate my clients, the ones in Diaspora. When they return, they buy me gifts. No matter the type of gifts, I always appreciate that. That means you have me in mind. You have me in mind. That alone is one of the sweetest. One of the sweetest. And then the ones that they are so happy when they see you. You know this joy in their faces because they know they are satisfied. So 80% of my clients are in Diaspora.
Wow.
You know they are satisfied. Majority of them, they buy the properties without even seeing it because they trust me. And why some will buy and they keep coming back to back. It means that you're doing something right. Yes, I'm not perfect, but it means that you're doing something right. There might be few clients, but they are satisfied clients.
Awesome.
So getting satisfied clients is very important. And I try as much as possible not to put my fee in front of me. No, it's building the relationship first that comes.
Okay.
Then I don't go about negotiating higher. You have to be this. No. I have to be very considerate.
Right.
Very, very considerate. They're like, but my money when I do the business for. That's not the main essence. The main essence is that my clients are happy.
Right.
They buy peace of mind,
Okay.
and their web portfolio is increasing.
Awesome.
Very, very important.
Awesome. What's that best advice you've gotten on this journey that you would like to share?
Consistency. Be consistent. Always educate yourself. Pay for trainings. Go out there. Learn from others who are better than you.
Okay.
I have a lot of people that are better than me that I learn from. Some of them I may not communicate with them, but I follow them. I study what they do and I try to do it as well too. So you have to be consistent. No matter how bad the situation might be, you have to be consistent. Consistency is key. It pays off. It might take a while, it pays off. Just be consistent with whatever it is that you're doing.